Hello? Good, good. So, welcome back, guys. Today's let's let's practice IELTS. Yes, I'll be taking the IELTS speaking test for like next month. So, yep, let's do it quickly. This time I just found new material for learning things. So, yep, let's get started. So, the first question here is frame 1 and frame 2. What the fuck is it? Okay, either frame 1 or frame 2. So, let's talk about where you live. Which town or city do you live in now? So currently I am living in Hanoi city, which is the capital of Vietnam. I have been live here for like 7 years, and the reason before that I used to live in Bắc Ninh province, which is my parents' hometown. Yeah. So are there any things you don't like about your area? Mm, let's see. I would say that the traffic congestion is the thing that I extremely hate when it comes to Hanoi. I mean, in fact, there's a statistic, yeah, a statistic about the traffic jam in Hanoi. It is one of the most congested area city in the world, and that is why I hate living in Hanoi. So, do you think you will continue to live there for a long time? To be honest, I would say that I would still want to stay here, to stay in Hanoi, because Hanoi to me it has a lot of career opportunities and in addition to that, the social services over here is at a high level, high standard, and another reason is because living in Hanoi, I have a lot of my friends over here, so I can meet them for like every week on Wednesday. Yeah. So let's talk about work and study. What kind of work do you do? Currently, I am a marketing executive, which is a fancy way of marketing stuff. Yeah. So my main job is to conduct some research about customer insights in which I help the company to understand their customer more thoroughly. Yeah, and another task for this position is that I have to, you know, to run advertisement on Facebook, so that I could get more traffic, which is a fancy way of more customer. Yeah, I have to get more traffic to attract customers buying to buy my company's products. What do you find most interesting about your work? Uh, Sorry about that. I would say that the thing that makes me love my job the most is because the the creativity and innovation in my job, which can be described by an example, by an experience of mine. I remember that when I first came to my company, I was unconscious. Sorry, I was unable to clarify what is my wish for, what is my strength, what was my strength. Yeah. So after a moment, for like a quarter, working in my company, I started to realize my strength is to understand customer and bring them the quality and the best experience that my company have for them. And working in here is and up till now I find that working in my company is a good way for me, not just to exploit my potentials, but it's a good way to help me, you know, to is to help people. Yeah. So which is more important to you, the people you work with or the work you do? Uh, I would go for the former, which is the people you work with, because I used to read a paper. I used to read a paper, a research about exam about doing. I used to read a research about how chronics affect your work, your career, and I realized that chronics is not just they are not just a person to bring you joy, to make you have a strong love for your job, but they are a, they are the people that who always stay with you and support you with all they have. That is why uh, I find that the people, the colleagues you work with, have a strong influence on you, have a stronger influence on you compared to the job, the type of job you do. Yeah. So let's talk about study. What do you study? You mean the major I am studying, right? So currently I am sorry about that. So currently I just graduate. Yeah, currently I am still at university. I am a senior student in FPT University, which is located for like 30 kilometers from Hanoi. My major is international business, in which I have to immerse myself in doing something like exporting and something like exporting and production. And in addition to that, I also have to learn about how to communicate with the global community. What do you find more interesting about your studies? Hmm. Uh, I would say that the fact that my major it it has a lot of outdoor activities. Yeah. This can be because my major it requires to work like internationals and work globally. So I have to we in my class, and there's a lot of foreigners and in my class. They can be Indonesian, Malaysian, or Thai. So yeah, I have to work with them, and my teachers, they often give us a lot of homework, group assignment homework, so that it's a good way for me and my classmates to learn how to work with each other in a group and how do we connect to each other. So, which is more important to you, the teachers or the students on your course? I would go for the latter, which is the students I in my course, because to me that the the students, they will play a crucial role in your score. I mean, because currently I am studying university, and the teachers in university, they do not spend much time to give support to the students. Instead, students have to learn by themselves. So, and they also have to learn how to cooperate with other students. So, and if they fail to collaborate with them, uh, their academic journey will be heavily badly impacted. So how much time do you spend studying every week? I would say that if I had to say it, I would say that I spend for like every day, because my academic knowledge is in higher level. It requires a deep mindset that every student has to spend a huge amount of time to study. So, for example, I am studying about macroeconomy, such as the GDP or the international inflation. Yeah, those are the things that I have to learning, and I have to conduct a lot of researches about that problem and problems, and I also have to studying about how real estate will affect the overall economy. Yeah. So how do you usually travel to the city where you study? Hmm. Um, to be well, to be honest, currently I am using my scooter. I'm using my motorbike to travel because, as I mentioned before, the traffic in Vietnam, it is, I would say it is uh, heavily congested, in which that if you use your car to travel, it might take you for like all day just to get to my school. But if I use motorbikes, a motorbike, the amount of time would be for like an hour or 2 hour. In addition to that, riding a bike to my school will give me a lot of flexibility, so I can move easily in the street. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about robots. Do you know something about robots? Um. Let's see. Robots. Hmm. Yep. Obviously, yes. In fact, I am a huge fan of robots because I often, study new technology about robots. And as I know that robots will be, one of the one of the replacement for some of humans' jobs in the future. So I always search for new knowledge about robots to, to give me more knowledge about it. So, sorry. Okay, so did you like any film that has the robot in it when you were a child? Let's see. To be honest, when it comes, even though I am a huge fan of robots, but when it comes to movie, I have never watched any movie in that has a robot in it. I think that is because currently I am studying about visual effects or VFX in short, and started to realize, and I realized that, and me when I was a child, already knew that the visual effects in robot movies, they are not they wasn't they are not real, and until now they are still not real. They weren't real, and until now they are still not real. Yeah. So by I think that another reason is because watching robot movies will destroy my imagination, because I am, well, not to be brag, but I am a creative person, and I also hate to I also hate it, and I also hate the fact that my creativity is destroyed by some visual effects on TV, especially when it comes to robot. So do you use robot in your daily life? Daily life? Um, well, I would say that currently in Vietnam, people. So I would say that currently I do not use every robot because I think that the main reason for it, I think it's because the majority of my tasks in daily life doesn't need too much robot involvement involvement, and in addition to that, additionally, I think that having robot in my daily routine will make my activity. Sorry, it will make me become less active. Yeah. So will you be comfortable if you are on a car driven by a robot? Let's see. Kind of a tough question, but to be honest, I don't really want it. Uh, yeah, even now or in the future, I have no interest in letting a robot drive me in the future. That is because the traffic in Vietnam, it is, I would say that, a little bit uncontrollable. It is it is a little bit uncontrollable, and robots, as far as we know, that they need a lot of calculations and calculations and stability, which which is not which doesn't have in Vietnamese traffic, where the 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 missing calculations occur frequently, and yeah, that is why I don't want it. So which is why there are so many you know traffic accidents occur in Vietnam yearly. So okay, so let's move on to task 2. Let's see. Mhm. Okay. So describe a photo that makes you feel happy. So today I am going to talk about a photo that makes me feel happy in my life, and that photo is all about my me and my girlfriend. It's about me and my girlfriend in the sunset in Hanoi. So uh, this photo is was taken was taken for like 3 months ago in a hotel in West Lake, Hanoi, and I vividly remember that this photo. I asked my girlfriend to to take with me, and she agreed to my request. So and the reason that makes me love this photo is because it's some kind of my memory to me. It's my memory to me. I because I am because I am not a fan of taking photo. So and I am also not a good person to express my emotions. So when I take this when I took this photo with my girlfriend, this is it was the first time for me to show out all my emotions and feelings and love to my girlfriend. And my girlfriend at that moment, she could feel that, and she was so happy when taking a picture with me. And after I remember that after we took a picture, we sit on the bench in the park, and we laughed about the picture that we took earlier. It was such an happy moment. So currently, I'm still keeping that photo inside my smartphone, and and I even let it to become my wallpaper, which I will use to which I can and use to you know have a look on it and feel motivated when every time I got frustrated from my job or my study or even my life. I will always use that photo to make me satisfied and to make me motivated again. In the future, I plan to I think that I will ask my girlfriend to move to another destination so that we could have another photo and so many memories with that photo to each other. So, do you think it's important to be a professional photographer? Uh, well, in my opinion, we don't have to be a professional photographer, but we must have a certain level of taking of photography. This is because when every time we want to capture a moment in our entire life, but our skills doesn't allow us to doesn't allow us to take that moment as we seen with our bare eyes. So having, which is why having a certain amount of level of photographer will be crucial. But to become a profession in taking photos, I don't think it is necessary because it takes a huge amount of time to it takes a huge amount of time to become master in it, yeah. And in addition to that, those who the photographers, the majority of photographers are often they do not they often work in a company, yeah. So we as our regular people, we just need a certain level of photography. Do you think people take more photos now than in the past? Absolutely yes. I I think this is because of the appearance of smartphones, which integrate a lot of high tech, cutting edge technology in camera. It we have you know we have a lot of opportunities to take any pictures of the moment that we saw on the street. I mean, after I mean, for example, after I finish this speaking test, I can even take a selfie of myself and post online to share my moment when I taking the IELTS exam, for example. Yeah. So yeah, people. So that is why people now take more photos than in the past. Are equipment important to photography? Um, I was to be in short with my answer. I would say that equipment to photography is like it is a must. It is a must. So for example, and there are a lot of well, each equipment for each photography gadget has their own functions. For instance, the tripod, which is kind of like a standee that has three necks. The main purpose of it is to stabilize the camera that help the that help the photographer to take a moment without any shaking. And we also have the lens that helps the photo that help the people those people to you know to focus on a specific aspects of the photo instead of taking the the general screen, the general scenes. Yeah. Do you think being a professional videographer is a good job and why? Um, I would say that it depends on the country, but in general, a video editor or videographer, to me, it is a good job because we are not they are not the person that you know brings to the audience the high quality videos, but to them, to videographers themselves, they are they, they those are their passions in which they are free to explore their creativity and potentials. And I used to be a video editor, and edit I used to edit a lot of videos about school, so I kind of like had experience on it. So in the future, I think that I think that videographers will become the main trend for young people. What so last question for you: why do some people like to post their photos on social media? Interesting question. Could you mind if I have some time, a small, have some time to think? I think that is because people have a strong passion to share their moment by photos on social media such as Facebook or Instagram. The main reason is because they want to they want other people to know what they are doing with their life. They want to become a spotlight in on social media. This is because according to a research I used to read, yeah, um, there is that research mentioned that human will have a strong tendency to express their feeling. In fact, according to Maslow hierarchy tower hierarchy need level of needs, he does mention that the need of self actualization to become known by people for something of each human, it is some kind of demand from us, and we always seek that even though we do not say that out loud, or we deeply inside our mind we subconsciously desire that.